apples and grapefruits, the other part. Apples, phenomenal food. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. We've all heard that expression. The health benefits of apples and grapefruits have the same effect, but not the juice. It's not the juice is bad, but now you've lost the pulp. You've lost all the other nutrients. You know, we have a feeling in this country that if you can extract things, you make it better. No, if you extract things, you make it worse. And just some studies on grapefruits. It can help prevent weight gain. It can treat diabetes. Stevia, many of you know about this. It's a great natural sweetener. This is the plant, what it looks like, and inexpensive. And if someone needs to sweeten, then I need to sweeten things, you know. But it's a great way to get off of all your sugar drinks or apple juice or grape juice or all that. I'm not saying they're bad. It's just we've got a problem that supersedes that. The last thing I want to show you is something called Cocoa Pro. And if you have the little nuts in there, the nuts are not for HCG, they're for the maintenance. But they've been sprinkled with a little bit of Cocoa Pro, which is a defatted chocolate that's about 10 calories per scoop. And everyone in this room didn't even get one scoop and a little bit of nuts you had there. You had maybe half a calorie, but it really satisfies the chocolate need. Well, you know, I wouldn't say it totally satisfies it, but it's a, Carrie, how would you say it, Carrie, you know, with the Cocoa Pro? I mean,
if you crave chocolate, our patients call it Cocoa Crack. I mean, it's really good. Makes great hot chocolate. It's good on fruit. I put it on yogurt. So, and it's got probiotics. It's really healthy. So it's a guilty pleasure without any guilt.
Yeah, and it's, let me stop right here because I want to leave a few minutes for questions and answers. Go ahead, I'm all ready for questions. Please.
I imagine weight loss. Is there ever any way to get around saggy skin?
Oh, very good question. Question is there any way to get around saggy skin? HCG, and more HCG. It doesn't eat away at the collagen. So you take a look at my face, and I have not had any facial reconstruction. And you can see what my face looked like over here. I'll find you a better picture. It really has the incredible ability of minimally changing your. I can tell you, when I started on this, and I was so excited, I didn't care about having sandy skin. I would have been so thrilled. You can see the size of my neck over here, and this picture isn't really good, so we're showing the difference. Here's even a better picture here and here, and amazing. And in my abdomen, I have a little bit of pain. You see, not very much. You know, not compared to 110 pounds of weight loss. One woman I know, she told me the story that she wanted to lose 75 pounds. She made an appointment with a plastic surgeon. Said, I was going to do it in 15 months. She's on HCG. She loses 75. She made an appointment. This plastic surgeon needed about a year for an appointment to have all the excess skin removed. She canceled the appointment after 50 months. She didn't have enough excess skin. My wife's the same thing. She's lost over 70 pounds, and she has, I can tell you, she has very little skin hanging, very, very little.
What is HCG?
What is HCG? Very good question. You know, HCG is it's not a hormone, it's a pre-hormone. You know, it's produced by women and men, but in women in large quantities during pregnancy, almost up to 1 million units a day, and we use 400 units a day, to give you an idea. And if it's by injection, it's only 100 units, so it's a very small amount. And in pregnancy, no one's 100% sure what it's for, but one of the theories is that it's used in pregnancy that the woman doesn't eat to break down her fat stores and to be able to nourish the baby. Dr. Simeon was a missionary doctor in India, and he noticed that the women in India who had no food available, like 500 calories a day approximately, were having quite healthy babies. But after the babies were born, they were emaciated. They literally had no fat on them. And that's when he started doing his work. Simeon will work on non-pregnant women. It's extracted from the urine of pregnant women. It's available by synthetic, but I'm afraid to buy the synthetic stuff. You know, it comes from. It's extracted in a certified lab with an analysis. It's very similar to the omega-3s, which are gotten in the fish that have all the contaminants, but then the lab extracts all the metal and aluminum from it. So it's pure HCG. Yes, please.
I wondered about the vitamin D3.
Yes.
You were saying you got to take 10,000 units?
At least.
Well, you know, the thing is that I went out and bought D3 because I heard you should take it like that. And when they sell these little pills for 250 units, boy, at 10,000 units, I mean...
You'll be bankrupt. You'll be bankrupt. I mean, we sell only 5,000 and 50,000, and they'll cost the same as the little ones, right? You know, and you can take 50,000 once a week and it'll work, or you know, just works just as well. You know, I mean,
Can you OD?
yes, you can. You have to take about 400,000 a day for a year. You have to get levels about 300 or 400 to OD. Most people are just the opposite. Their levels are so low. I like thinking of going to school. The best levels are in reaching 100. You know, because 100 is always a good score, and 105 got some extra credit. You know, anything less than 50, 60, or 70, even 50 is too low a level for me. You know, and thank you, very good.
So how do you get these big vitamin D?
Oh, they're not big. Oh, vitamin D is the smallest molecule.
You can get for 250, but I mean, if you want to get a 5,000 unit one, how would you get it? Can you buy it like that?
We have them right here at booth 207. You know, and they're very small because 50,000 units of vitamin D is 1.2 milligrams. Why do you keep using units? I mean, who knows what a unit's all made up, you know? But 1.2 milligrams, let me tell you how little that is. A gram is, what's a gram? Daddy, help me, you know. How much? A 28th of an ounce. This is 1 milligram. So it's 0.28, it's incredibly small amount. I mean, it's incredibly small. You'll see, the 50,000 doesn't look any bigger. It's almost all fillers. You know, yes, please.
It's interesting with the vitamin D3 because you can get the test now.
Yes.
I have been taking liquid cod liver oil for years. So at 43, when that test came in, I knew that with that cutoff at 30, I was well above. But
Well, no, 30 is wrong.
Yeah.
30 is, you know, go. 43 is okay. 43 I'd give a C minus.
Well,
You know.
I do listen to you on Saturdays on your radio.
Oh, thank you. You know,
And I did call in once also too. Now, I had attended, and I could see from what I observed in your presentation that the GMOs are not going to be a problem here because you're not really eating that kind of material.
Oh, that's beautiful. The GMO is a serious problem, but you know, you're not going to eat anything. Right?
But now my question is this too. If you are taking the probiotics that are coated, that are breaking down in that lower intestine, as well as digestive enzymes, which you had told me over the radio.
Right.
You need both. Would this somewhat help to offset that bit of GMO that we get? Would it take it on?
Oh, it's a really good answer. Good question. The question is, will probiotics, digestive enzymes, offset the GMO? Well, I can tell you, most people when they start the HCG program have a little bit of a headache, feel a little bit nauseous, and I'm convinced now it's almost like your early pregnancy. And even though I delivered babies for 40 years, I did put it together that early pregnancy, maybe that's your body's detoxing in early pregnancy, as you're doing with the HCG. And maybe that may be another one of the aspects of HCG that it causes the body to detox. And because we know a lot of the toxins are in the fat. And so when we start getting rid of the fat, you know, it's washing it away, and the GMOs would be the same thing. Yeah, I mean, look, also this program, there's going to be no NutraSweet, Splenda, there's going to be no high fructose corn syrup, you know, no cookies, candy, you know, just absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much. Yes?
When you reach a goal,
Yes.
is there support and?
Well, you never reach your goal. Never reach your goal. I'll tell you why. There's two parts to the program. There's the HCG and the maintenance. Now, the 30 days is only the beginning, but the maintenance will go on for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and God willing, when you're no longer on HCG, which is a short period of time, your maintenance will be 20 years, 30 years, 40. So this program never ends. And, you know, someone said to me, Doc, when can I go back to eating cake or candy or potato chips or pop or popcorn? I said, when you reach your maker, and you can ask somebody else what to do. You know, and then maybe you'll get a different answer. But I can tell you the answer is all of this has to be out of our diet. Now, I'm not here preaching. I'm here as one of the addicts, you know, because I never thought, I always knew that, but I didn't know how to do it. You know, and HCG somehow, does it physically do it? Does it do it mentally? I don't know. But I can tell you that I haven't had a piece of cake, candy, potato chips, corn, bread, pasta in now almost 2 years. And I couldn't last in any program for more than 30 days or 40 days, let alone 2 years. My wife's the same thing.
Can you increase your calories?
Oh, wait, oh, thank you. Well, I didn't make that clear. The 30 days of maintenance, so now let's say you lost 15 pounds in the 30 days of HCG. The 30 days of maintenance, your goal is not to gain and not to lose. Your goal, so let's say you weigh 200 pounds, now you weigh 180 pounds. You want to be 160 pounds. You're now going to spend at least 30 days to, you weigh yourself every day, and you're going to eat enough. It's more of the same. So instead of 3 ounces of steak, you have 7 ounces of steak. Instead of a small vegetable, a large vegetable. Instead of half a grapefruit, a whole grapefruit. Instead of 1 apple, 2 apples. So, and Dr. Simeon talked about adding healthy carbohydrate late in the month period. I'm not sure you can even do that. The first round, they say don't even do that. And then he said, you're almost like a newborn baby. You start introducing one thing at a time and see how it affects you. Different foods affect people. I've had some women who called me and said, Doc, I had 1 alcoholic drink and I gained 2 pounds. And how's that possible? Well, the answer is some foods affect you. You couldn't really have gained 2 pounds, but you retained fluid for 2 pounds. And what happens is you continue doing that, all of a sudden you start gaining weight. So the goal after 30 days is to weigh exactly the same. I found this incredible because I was 300 pounds after 1 round of HCG. And I've never seen a program which says that a 300-pound person should not lose weight for at least a month. But the body only can learn 25 or 30 pounds at most at one time. But I can tell you what was even more impressive. I looked at a chart and said, the chart said I could eat about 3,000 calories to maintain 300 pounds. I was only able to eat about 1,700 or 1,800 calories. Now, I didn't sit there and count the calories. I used my scale, the scale I stepped on, you know. I wasn't, look, there was 3 times what I was eating for the last month. And I was having trouble even maintaining the weight, you know, which is mind-boggling, you know. But you have to maintain the weight because you don't want the body to feel it's in a starvation mode. If it's in a starvation mode, you start burning muscle. And now, all of a sudden, you burn muscle and the body wants to put fat back on. Thank you, very good. And yes, please.
Well, actually, I found by doing it that 2 pounds, watching that 2 pounds.
Very well said.
Really key.
Yeah, thank you very much. Dr. Seaman said that you want to be no more than 2 pounds more or 2 pounds less. You want to stay within that range. It reminds me of driving a car. And the longer you drive, you don't even notice, but you're continuously making little corrections on the wheel. But you don't want to make the big correction this way. That's the problem. The new drivers are making bad corrections until they get it better down. Same thing here. Dr. Simeon said 2 pounds more, 2 pounds less. That's your corrections. And if you start noticing it's going above or below that, you either have to eat a little bit more or eat a